Okay, so here's a rundown of what the 3-day hike will look like. This is where we started before when we went to Eagle Cap, and the group that's going to be 3 days will start here. So we'll put a dart there. Well, what happened? Let's erase that. Okay, so start at Tupan Campground or thereabouts. And day one will be the longest day. So that's where we start. And as you remember, there was a climb, and then it was this valley all the way to Mirror Lake is where we camped. So that'll be where the camp goes the first night. And as you can see, it's about 6.2 miles of that day from the parking lot to Mirror Lake. And it's about another 2.5 miles to get up to Eagle Cap. So if we're here and you decide you're feeling pretty good and that evening you want to go up like we did and go up to Eagle Cap, you can. You can also scooch over here. There's no trail, but I've talked to a lot of people. You can attain Glacier Peak from Eagle Cap on this ridge. So you could get 2 peaks there. Okay, so on day 2, this is just this great area where you got a lot of high mountain lakes, and it's just beautiful, and you're walking along the along the floor of the forest. So we're going to start there on day 2 and make our way past all these lakes. And if you wanted to go to Eagle Cap on the second day, and then reverse back, you can. There's also peaks along the way here. There's North Basin Peak, but on the second day we'll end up making our way just to join these lakes and making it to Horseshoe Lake. And this will be a pretty short day if you look at segment 2, and that was about 4 miles. So you can see there's not a lot of distance traveled here. So if you wanted to wake up early on day 2, get Eagle Cap, come back down and pack up, then you're going to be 4 miles just enjoying the day. So it gives you a nice option to just enjoy the day meandering in this beautiful part of the country. This is so beautiful here that it'll be time well spent just chilling out and enjoying the views. And then on the final day, we're going to go from Horseshoe Lake, and I will have came up earlier, and I'll be parked at Wallowa State Park because I'm going to come from this side because I want to go and hit Sacagawea Peak and Matterhorn, and then come back down and meet everybody at Mirror Lake. So I got a different route that I'm going to take, but my car is going to be parked up here. So on the third day, we'll go from Horseshoe Lake and end up making our way to my car, and you can see that third day is 8.3 miles. Now along the way, if you wanted to, you could come back down here, and there's a peak. There's Pete's Point there that you could climb, or Sentinel Peak. So if the 8.3 wasn't enough, you could come down, or we could even make it to this little lake, this 6-mile meadow here on day 2, and then do. So there's a lot of options for what we can do. You can just take it easy and meander along the trail. You can climb some mountains that are roundabout. It's really whatever you're feeling like doing. But total, it looks like for 3 days, it's about 19.3 miles. Not a lot of elevation gain. Of course, I didn't put the elevation gain to Eagle Cap or Glacier Peak there in case somebody or any other mountains that you're going to want to hit the peak. So that's a pretty easy 3 days. Look at estimated time is 9.995. So there's a lot of variety here that you can do, especially on that day 2 where we're not really going to cover much ground. That'll allow us to do really what we want to do. And if it's just kick back and enjoy the great sights, well, then that's okay too. Look, there's a Raspberry Mountain. That looks pretty cool. And then we end here, and we'll get in my car, and I'll drive back around and shuttle everybody back to where they started over here. And that's it. That's the itinerary for Wallowa Mountains.